Yeah. Just the magic of the trees. Yeah. Ooh, that made me busy. Hey guys.
I'm Bob.
I'm Barb. Together we make up
HetteshWorld.
It's Can-Am Ride Day. Where did we ride to today?
We're already here. We're in Savannah, Georgia.
So we're going to tour around on the hop-on, hop-off trolley. We're going to take you with us. And then tonight we're doing a super spooky
ghost tour.
Paranormal. So stay tuned. So we're going to be taking this hop-on, hop-off trolley, and we're going to actually probably ride it pretty extensively right now to figure out what there is to do, and then we will be hopping off.
Start out by saying welcome to Savannah, everybody. The building right here in front of us. Well, that is our Savannah Visitor Center. Now, way back in 1858, they did call this the Central of Georgia Rail Line. Now, the last train ran through here back on May 1st, 1971. But on this trolley saw that movie called Forrest Gump. You guys remember the bench Forrest was sitting on? It's in our History Museum now. We're going to talk about the movies that we shoot here in Savannah. We got one we're shooting right now. It's a Netflix series with Tyler Perry. 1732. Now that's when King George II of England, well, he signed a charter over to James Edward Oglethorpe to form colonies throughout Georgia.
Savannah is known as America's first planned city. Oglethorpe laid the city out in a series of grids that allowed for wide open spaces that intertwined with shady public squares and parks that served as the town's meeting places and center of business.
Independent Presbyterian Church. Guys, I'd like you to take a picture of the steeple of our church. You guys remember that one scene where the feather came floating down? But in the meantime, guys, it's time to bring you to our Savannah Theater, which happens to be stop number 2. It's actually the oldest live theater right here in our United States. So our first mansion right in the corner here, folks. Check it out. So now you're looking at the Eastman Mansion. So the Eastman Mansion they built back in 1844. They built this for Moses Eastman. By the way, guys, did you know that was actually a well-known fact that, well, back in the 1800s, you know, the more iron you had around your home, the wealthier you were. Saw this one movie, it was called Something to Talk About. It starred Julia Roberts. How many of you guys saw that movie? You remember the one scene in the movie where, you know, Julia, she's in the car with her daughter, right? Julia, she peered through the window, only to catch her husband, Dennis Quaid, with the other woman. Anybody here see the movie Glory, starring Denzel Washington and Matthew Broderick? Or maybe you saw the movie The General's Daughter, starring John Travolta, The Legend of Bagger Vance. Will Smith, Matt Damon, Magic Mike XXL. Officer Sherman, he was up in Atlanta burning that to the ground when he does start his march to Savannah. So General Sherman does arrive in Savannah on December 22nd, 1864. Upon General Sherman's arrival, he does take over. On Christmas Day, 1864, General Sherman, he sent a telegraph to President Lincoln, offering our fine city of Savannah as a Christmas gift. Well, President Lincoln, he did accept that Christmas gift. Now, here we are. We're at the entrance of our beautiful Forsyth Park. Oh, we actually did purchase this Forsyth Fountain way back in 1858 through that Sears Roebuck catalog. About 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks ago now, hey, you know they were actually excavating so they could lay this asphalt. Anybody here want to take a wild guess what they dug up while excavating?
The body?
Actually, 2 complete sets of skeletons. Now I want you to also notice the complex to our right. So now you're looking at the original Campbell Hospital. It opened back in the year 1803. So according to the newscast, folks, well, they actually believe that the skeletons date back to the year 1837. Savannah, it was going through the yellow fever epidemic. 296 people died at that hospital, all within a 24-hour period. They did not want to alarm the citizens here in Savannah by bringing 296 bodies to the cemetery at one time. So what they decided to do, folks, you know, to the street right here. Yes, we got these tunnels. Well, they buried all the bodies right underneath us here. Well, this is when they finally went down to the tunnels. Oh, they did open these tunnels, and all they found were a bunch of bones and 296 skulls. All the homes in this particular neighborhood were all built way back in the mid-1800s. Now, those of you that might have read the book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, you should remember. Chloe's restaurant here to the right, oh, it's featured in that book. Guys, that was the restaurant. You know where the character Luther did have breakfast there every morning. As he was trying to come up with ways to poison our Savannah water supply. Right here in front of us. Check out the Hamilton Turner home, please. So you know, folks, this Hamilton Turner home, that is the very first home in Savannah to have electricity. Here we are, guys. It's directly in front of us. I do present the beautiful St. John the Baptist Cathedral. Now, the cathedral, this one originally was built back in 1856. Oh, I also want to mention, guys, you know our cathedral, this one? Yeah, it's been voted. It's one of the top 10 things to see in the entire world. We have the Colonial Park Cemetery. Now, if you don't mind, guys, I want you to notice the red brick crypts here. And did you know you can fit up to 9 of your favorite family members in those crypts? You know, during the Civil War, folks, hey, you know, that's where the Union soldiers would camp. Now, during the winter time of the Civil War, well, what the soldiers would do, they'd bust open these crypts and drag all the bodies out. They'd occupy the crypts just so they could stay warm at night. That's our Savannah Fire Department. I want everybody here to know. Our Savannah Fire Department was actually the very first fire department in the United States. Over to the right, guys, we have the oldest operating police barracks in the United States. The building built back in 1869. Oh, and the windowsills, these lattices. Hey, check out the balconies, columns, and staircase. Folks, everything you're now looking at, well, all made of iron instead of wood. So you know William Keel, he was the president of the iron foundry here in Savannah. He'd actually say, hey, you know whatever you do with wood, you know I can do it with iron. Now on this side of the home, anything you look at that's white, made of iron. Wow. And just so you know, folks, he actually used iron for 2 pretty good reasons. So number 1, it helped fireproof the home. Oh, number 2, it helped hurricane-proof the home. The green building. I want you to look on the 3rd floor window. Oh, just so you know, yeah, that was the window the innkeeper threw little Annie out of. And you know, folks, they'd actually let you hang here for several days. Yeah, it was actually their way back then to let the others know what would happen to them if they committed a heinous act. Oh, and the very first woman to hang, this was Alice Riley. Now, Alice, she was actually an indentured servant. Now, folks, if you don't mind, take a good look around the square, and I want you to notice, you do not see any hanging Spanish moss. Legend has it, Spanish moss, it never grows where an innocent has been hanged. Alright guys, it's coming up on your left. Check it out. Johnson Square. Now, it was named after Sir Robert Johnson, and he was the royal governor of South Carolina back in 1733. Now, folks, in each corner of the square, you'd see city bake ovens. It was back on August 10th, 1776. Well, that's when everybody gathered in this square to hear for the first time the reading of our Declaration of Independence. Now, if you don't mind, guys, I want to check out the beautiful monument to our left. That's one honoring General Nathaniel Greene. Oh, General Nathaniel Greene, he was second in command to General George Washington.
I hope you're enjoying the Savannah Trolley tour. It was one of the most favorite tours we've ever been on. It was a lot of fun, and it was very exciting to learn about the different history of things about Savannah that I didn't know. So I'm hoping that we're educating and entertaining you. Our ghost tour video, which is the tour we're going on later tonight, is a separate video, and that will come out on Sunday in time for Halloween, so you will have to come back and check that out. Continue watching the tour now and enjoy.
These are those buildings they used as holding cells for the slaves. So these buildings, they do date all the way back to the year 1790. Florence Martes, the famous waving girl statue. She's the one who does all the greeting of those huge container ships that come to port. Now, some of you might remember back in 1996, this is when Atlanta was that whole city for the Olympics. So you know the city of Atlanta is kind of located almost in the center of Georgia, which actually means there isn't any water around Atlanta. So the Olympics, they came here to Savannah to host the yachting events of the Olympics. Now it's coming up on our right, folks. I'd like you to notice the red brick building over there to your right, the one with the green window frames. The Savannah Cotton Exchange building. So it was right there we traded cotton and made a lot of money here. Actually, the place made so much money, it actually earned the nickname the Wall Street of the South. Those of you looking for something really nice for dinner, I could personally, as well as highly recommend the white brick building to our right, the black and white awning. You are now looking at Dick's on the river, which, by the way, folks, not only really good food, you're going to enjoy the ambiance, and the piano player in the bar, he's really good. Alright, now guys, you know this stop. Well, it is that stop that gives you the best view of this gold dome of City Hall. Check it out. And I do want to mention, folks, this dome. It's real 23-karat gold plated.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed this trolley tour of Savannah. We tried to be as detailed as we could and provide some overlays for you to give you more information. We definitely highly recommend this tour. Remember that our ghost tour part 2 of the video is going to come out tomorrow, and we hope that you will like this video, so give it a thumbs up. We want you to smash up that notification bell. We want you to comment. Have you been to Savannah? Are you interested in Savannah? What do you think about Savannah? And mostly, we want you to remember that we're HetteshWorld, so come travel in our world. Bye!